Howdy, Possum Patty here, and on the morning of November 27th, we woke up to our first tiny cold snow of the season, so come on along. I printed out 3 tiny pictures with my Canon Ivy printer. Little mini printer that fits in the palm of your hand. Doesn't use any ink. It uses zinc or zero ink paper. And this is a picture of the woods by the house. A little bit of snow cover, not much. And this is where I wrote on the stump of a big tree, our first snow of the season. And just a little shot of the sun coming up through the tree trunks. Just a little bit of snow in the woods there. So I think I'm going to journal about this in my gnome journal. So there's some winter pages back here, but I might save those for, when we really get into the winter season, because we haven't even had our first day of winter yet. So this is more of a fall snow. I just love to junk journal, put in all kinds of things. Junk journaling is so much fun. Because you could do whatever you want to do with whatever you want to do it with. Old pictures, new pictures, materials, papers, brochures, old book pages, whatever you want to have fun with. Anyway, I digress. Because I'm doing the thing that I like to do most. Journal. I have this seasonal moments from Recollections. This is one of those hot buy at Michael's. When they have them on sale, you can buy one and get 2 free for $19.99. Now that's a deep snow picture. I might save that. Pine trees. This is nice, but not snow. Cut logs. Could use that one. Here's a big tree trunk. Some autumn leaves. I could put some autumn leaves on the page and make a little snow over them. That might work. I love this cozy sweater page, but I haven't used that one yet. So let me see. Throwing that on the floor, as always. I think I'm going to cut this down to fit on this page. And, I did pictures here. This page already has a journaling card. This page already has a journaling card, and these will fit on here. Yes, they would. This leaf is for journaling, has lines on the back. Now this is already getting a little chunky and I have so many more pages to do in here. I gotta be careful. I guess it's okay if it turns out extra special chunky. I have another idea. Ooh, I'm thinking. Be right back. Okay, I cut this paper down to fit on the page, but I'm going to leave a border so I can see just a little bit of my painty papers that I spent a lot of time doing, and now I'm covering them up. But I want to leave it like that so I can see that. I'm just going to glue this down, but before I do that, this might be a 2-page spread. I think on this side, wait, I gotta go get it. I have some real leaves that are dried, and I'm thinking about putting one on the page and adding a little bit of that sand resin to make it look like snow. This is a whole oak. This is chickapin oak. I don't have this kind in my yard, but this is really neat with a little acorn thing on there. I'll never get that in there. That's too puffy. Too puffy. What else do I got? Got a big bag of stuff here. Got a giant leaf bigger than the page. I have these leaves, and these leaves have been eaten by beetles. So they're very lacy. Sassafras. That's also kind of big to put on there. I got some smaller ones. I could just Mod Podge a couple of these on, I guess, and then put some snow on them. So do I want to use these or these oak leaves? I think these will lay down flatter, really. Well, let me look in the bag, see what else I got here. There's a pretty big one. I guess I could put 2. Do I have a tiny one? Let me look. Oops, here's a little one. I think something like that. I don't know. You can't really tell the difference between one leaf and the other, can you? Maybe I'll just stick with this little one here. Okay, I'm going to go get either some Mod Podge or some matte medium. Well, I didn't quite get over to the Mod Podge yet because I was looking at some paper, and I think I'm going to back this journaling card. Of course, this side's going to stay the same. And I love this orange, but I think I'm going to back the photos maybe with this paper, because I love these colors here, and they're sort of like the colors, it's hard to see, I know, in these little tiny pictures, but got those like burnt sienna colors throughout the floor of the woods there. So I'm just going to cut this down and put it right in the middle and maybe just write the date. And then the journaling card will be done. And then I'll go back and work on the other thing because I am easily distracted. How big do I want this? Usually I go down from a corner and try to make it a little bit even. About like that. And then I have to mark this corner about like that. And probably somewhere around there. And slice and dice. Use the little one. Where's the little one? Perfect. Gonna put the words in the middle and the ground on the bottom and the sun coming up on the top. Oh, did I make this big enough? Ooh, I cut it a little too short. I think I can still fit them on here. And that'll give me room to write the date at the top. So I can move this down like this. And these will just fit on here like that. And then I'll have room to write right there. So I'm just going to glue this down and I'll be right back. Okay, I glued the flower paper down. I love these colors. They match the woods very nicely. And what I did was I just put the sunrise a little space down from the top and the ground picture a little space up from the bottom. And now I can just stick the middle picture in the middle because I don't measure. So this is an easy way to eyeball things. So now that can just go right in the middle. And it looks pretty evenly spaced, or good enough for junk journaling. So all I have to do now is write across the top. I don't have to put first snow because it says first snow. I just need to write the date. And should we do curly letters? Sure. N O no them B E R November 27 2021. Okay, first part is done. Done, done, done. And that's because I used a journaling card that was already made. And that will go on the belly band. I made these rusty looking buttons. I can link that video below. They're made out of corrugated cardboard. They're a lot of fun to make. So on this side, all I have to do is journal on here. Stick that in there. Belly band's a little loose, but not too much I can do about that, I don't think. And I still have to Mod Podge. I took the Liquitex resin sand and I schmoed it on in a couple of places, give it a lot of texture. And that's going to be the snow. I'm going to put a little of this Liquitex Heavy Body white acrylic paint on it. And then I'm going to go over the white paint with some Sparkle Mod Podge. I used the gloss Mod Podge on the leaves and I think they came out pretty nice. They're a little flexible and nice and shiny. And now they're attached down to the paper. So the only thing that's going to be on this page, I have a cat on my chair, is this. And then the opposite page is going to have the journaling on it. So this is just going to be like a little bit of a mixed media page. I just want a little bit of white here. And then this is going to have to dry a little bit. And then I will put the Sparkle Mod Podge on top of that. Now this is just about the same technique that I used on my gingerbread journal, which will get started tomorrow. Can't believe it's December already. Trying to see where I put the resin sand, because that's the textured part. Kind of wiggle the brush around a little bit. Get it in the cracks. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up, or try to finish this up with this cat in my lap. And another cat banging on the door. And that's what it's going to look like. So I'll go ahead and paint the rest. And when that's dry, I'll come back to do the Sparkle Mod Podge. Okay, I think this is dry enough to add on a little Mod Podge. I'm going to use the Extreme Glitter, only because I have this one and the Sparkle one both open. And so I don't want them to dry up. Probably should mix it around though. I wonder if the sparkle all goes to the bottom. Maybe I should set it upside down on the shelf. Okay, Kitty's in here with me. And she wants to jump up. Okay, so all I have to do now is just cover up the white bits. And when this dries, it should be extreme glitter. So this is all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go do something else, walk away, and come back when this is dry and glue it down into the book. So I will meet you then. And there she is, all glued into the journal. And I don't know if all the sparkle is going to come out in the video, but it is very, very sparkly. And I wrote First Snow, November 27th, 2021. And our first snow is sort of a lumpy, crunchy snow. And that's why I used the the resin sand, excuse me. Painted it white, put the Sparkle Mod Podge on top. It's not like the Marshmallow World fluffy, moundy snow like we get in, say, February maybe, or later in the winter. This is just sort of crusty, but crystally snow. Pretty. It's a fun page to touch. Lots of texture with the real leaves on there, and the resin sand, and lots of sparkle to look at. And while I was playing with this sparkle, I added just a little touch to this leaf, like a little bit of the leaf was sticking out in the snow, and maybe this part of the leaf was under something else. And I did my journaling. A cold dawn, a crunchy coating of white, the first snow. So I guess it's like a little poem that goes along with my pictures. A cold dawn, a crunchy coating of white, the first snow. And these are going to go on this page because this is an autumn snow, not a winter snow. But the only thing that was bothering me was this ribbon needs to be stabilized. So I'm thinking of gluing a journaling card to the ribbon so it looks just like a journaling card, but it's actually going to stabilize that ribbon down. So I can stick these in there and hopefully they will not move around as much. So how am I going to glue this? I'm going to glue this and then I'm going to be done with this page. So maybe I can just stick some Fabri-Tac on there and put it in. Let's see how this goes. I don't want it to stick to their journal page. Hard to get it at the end there. Alright, let's see if I can get this in without making too much of a mess. I got this button to hold it by. That'll work. Slide this in till it's sort of in the middle. Am I going to measure it? No. I have to stand up to eyeball though. Probably right around there. Oop, I just globbed a bunch of glue right there. Fabri-Tac, you can usually rub it off. Well, that worked well. Okay, oops, there's some up here too. Rub it off. Alright, that should stabilize that. The colors go very nicely. Then I'll just put my picture card underneath. And my leaf with a little bit of snow peeking out and my little poem there. Stick that out like that. And now I think it's going to stay. Alright, I love this fall colors and yet some sparkly snow. So thanks for coming along today and happy junk journaling. Bye bye.